Keep your mind clear, set on the goal. I want deals to close. And you will be good. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about JV deals. Before we get too deep into that, can you make sure you go ahead and give the video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm, helps other people see the videos, and helps them find the valuable information just like you did. But you're smarter than them, right? Because you found it without the assistance of people thumbing up the video. Anyways, let's talk about JV deals. What are JV deals to begin with? They're joint venture deals. Now, what is a joint venture deal? It's basically when party A has a contract to a property and they're looking for buyers. So in their search for buyers, they run across party B, who has other buyers, and they link together. They say, hey, why don't you help me find some buyers? Okay, I will help you do that. Let's get an agreement in place first. The agreement is a joint venture agreement, and basically what it does, it protects the initial wholesaler who has the contract to make sure no one can go behind their back and try to steal the property. Although it does happen sometimes, but if your contract's pretty solid, you should be good just in case anyone tries to do anything shady. It gives you a sense of protection. Also in the contract, it explains how the splits typically go between party A and party B. We'll get into that a little later, but also what it does, it should at least explain what the responsibilities and what is expected of each party. You know, you can't go into a JV agreement with A goes into it with B does absolutely nothing, doesn't bring a buyer, A still closes on the property, and B expects money. It doesn't happen that way. You both have to put in an effort. A already has the contract, so it's up to B to bring a buyer. If B does not bring a buyer, then B does not get paid. That's a lot of B words, bars. So if you're party B, you want to make sure that you hold up to your end of the agreement by bringing a buyer to the table. Party A is already going to get paid. You want to get paid too, make sure you do your part. A lot of people look at JVs kind of funny. You know, usually it's party A feels like they've done most of the work getting the contract. So when it comes to party B and how they pay them, this can be a little tricky. I will tell you, in my experience, running through some people with JV deals, a lot of them don't want to do what I typically like to do, which is a 50-50 split. To me, you need a seller, you need a buyer in order to make a deal. If you have a seller and you can't find a buyer and I bring a buyer to the table, bro, I did half the deal. Where's half my money? But a lot of people don't feel that way. They feel like it's harder, more time and effort and money goes into finding the seller, so they don't want to split 50-50. Some do 60-40, some do 70-30. I've even seen people, hey, a flat fee, you get 500, 1,000, 1,500, whatever the case may be, just for bringing a buyer to the table. It's totally up to you if you want to jump into that. Me personally, I need a 50-50 split. If we're not doing 50-50, we're not doing business. That's just me. Even if I'm the one with the contract and you bring a buyer, I still want to split 50-50 with you because it's about relationships, first of all. And also, I'm broadening my network. Now I have more people in my circle that I know I can lean on for the next deal. You know, just my opinion. Like I said, you're free to do what you want, but keep that in mind, especially if you're party B going into the situation with party A. You don't want to overwhelm yourself or, I guess, feel undervalued by, hey, I'm doing all this work by finding a buyer. Even if it's a relationship you already have and all you do is make a phone call and the buyer says yes, you still did something. You took time to build that relationship with that buyer so they have trust in you when you call with a property. So get your money, man. Get paid what you deserve. You did the work, get your bread. That's how I feel about it. Finding buyers, if you're party B, is definitely going to be your biggest obstacle. Can't even say obstacle because you may have some already in the pipeline that you can call and just send the deal to. So if you're new to the game, you don't know what to do, you don't have any sellers, focus on building up your buyers list. How do you do that? You can post phantom ads, make up fake properties that you find online, just pictures, and then post, hey, I got this property on 123 Main Street. Anybody interested, please contact me. They reach out, you tell them, bro, you just missed it. I just sold it to someone else. However, I run across properties all the time. What are you looking for? Let me know, and maybe next time I can bring it to you. That's a great way to go ahead and network with people as well and build up your buyers list at the same time. So the more buyers you have, the more opportunities you have to send the property out to someone. So definitely make sure you build them up. Where can you find your buyers? You can go to Facebook Marketplace. So many groups on Facebook, all these wholesale groups, even some of the realtor groups. Jump in there if you can. And look out for realtors who may be looking for a particular property for their client. You can reach out to them. Hey, buddy, got this property I just locked up, or a buddy of mine locked up. I would love to do business with you. Now that's how you keep the chain going. You're building up your buyers list. You got more and more buyers. So when you reach out to party A, hey, you got a contract? Cool, man. I have 10, 15 buyers ready to go. Let's make it happen. Speaking of how many buyers you have is not important. You can literally only have one buyer, but it's a serious buyer. It's an active buyer. It's someone who actually closes on deals. If you have that, you're good to go. So many people run around thinking the value is in how many buyers they have. Oh, I have 1,000, I have 500, I have 25. That's cool, but are they actually buying? Or you just have people who bought properties at some point? There's a difference between active buyers and someone who has purchased before. If they're not actively doing this, that's not a real buyer. That's not someone you want in your database. Well, I guess you can keep them in there, but that's not somebody you're going to actively hit up all the time you get a deal, because you know they buy here and there. You're looking for people who buy often. 2, 5, 10 properties a month. I'm bugging. I said a month. A year. I don't know. They might do it a month. I don't know. You just want someone who is active and actually in the game, and not someone that's just here and there, because you start calling people, hey, I got buyers, man. I got buyers. Where's your contract? And you got people sending you deals left and right, but you really don't have any buyers. You're going to build a bad reputation pretty fast. Do not do that. They're going to think you're just one of those people trying to daisy chain. What is daisy chain, you might ask? This is something you want to stay away from. When one wholesaler has a property and they pass it on to party B, they get a JV in place. Maybe they don't get a JV. I don't know. Sometimes they don't. And then that wholesaler sends it out to his people. Then another wholesaler sees that same deal sent out by party B, and they send it to their people, and their people send it to their people. And before you know, 8, 9 wholesalers are on the deal. Mr. Ninth wholesaler finds the buyer for the property, and now it has to go all the way back through the chain of command, because everybody has to hand out now. Like, yo, I introduced the property to you. I need something. Before you know it, there's too many hands in the pot. And if you're party A with the contract, you never did any type of agreement with party 9. I don't know what letter that is, so excuse me. You never did anything with party 9, so like, what are you gonna do with them? Are you gonna say no to their buyer, or you wanna try to cut out everyone in the middle? Avoid all that and just don't do that. If you see your properties getting passed down too far, I never had an agreement with you. I'm sorry, sir. You marketing this property, you're acting as if you're brokering a deal, which is illegal in a lot of states. You shouldn't be doing that. You want to only do business with people that you have a contract with, mainly for your own safety, but also because you don't want a bad reputation. You don't want somebody going behind your back. You don't want someone doing something they're not supposed to, and then it falls back on you because they say, oh, well, I had an agreement, or I was told I could sell this property. Well, I didn't tell you, so I don't know who told you, bro. You got the wrong person. Just be careful, be safe, make sure you have agreements with everyone in place. You might be asking me, hey, where can I find these JV deals? I actually have a couple of buyers ready to go. Where can I get a JV deal? Same place you found the buyers. You can jump on Craigslist. You can jump on Facebook. There are so many places, like marketplaces nowadays. It's a lot easier to find buyers than it used to be. Jump on all these places. I said buyers, deals. Jump on all these little sites and stuff and tell these people, hey, look, man, I have buyers ready to go. If anyone has a property matching this criteria, because that's one thing you want to get from your buyers, ask their criteria. What are you buying? Where are you buying? What is your price budget? Like, what are you trying to stay under? Get all this information, then go to Facebook, go to these other marketplaces and look for deals that match. If you can find something good, then you know you can call your buyer and say, hey, I might have one for you. Make sure you get that agreement with party A first, but if it looks like something your buyer may be interested in, lock that thing up with party A if they're willing, and go out there and show it to your buyer. One thing you do want to be cautious of, you do not want to send your buyer a property that you do not have a contract on, either with the seller or with another JV wholesaler. Because if your buyer's interested, they can either A, go behind your back, or maybe A doesn't even want to do a JV deal. And they're like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm shopping it out to buyers. I'm just waiting. So now you got your buyer involved and he can't even buy the property because they're not wanting to sell it to him because they don't want to go through you. Make sure your agreements are straight and make sure that they are on the same page as you when it comes to showing the property. Which brings me to the point why I made this video to begin with. Trying to do a JV deal with someone right now. And please, 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 stay away from doing stuff like this. The guy calls me, hey man, I know you're very active. I know your buyer list is crazy. It's not. I only have like 6, 7 solid buyers who close on deals that I send them if they make sense. He was like, man, I know you can get the deal closed. Cool, I got this property I want to send to you. Sure, bro, no problem. Send it to me. Mind you, we don't have an agreement in place yet. I move a little different than some people. I just contradicted everything I told you in this video, but I do move a little different with certain people that I know that I've had relationships with. The dude calls me though. He didn't do anything shady, so I'm safe. But don't do this to other people. He called me, told me he had a property. I hit my dude up, get my guy super involved. He's like, look, bro, I want to go out there tomorrow. I like the area. I like the property. As long as the inside looks good, we can make this happen. He's committed to going to the property and closing on it. I know he does because I sell him a lot of things. This wholesaler, I hit him up for 2 days. Yo, my buyer wants to go. My buyer wants to go. My buyer wants to go. I hit him up this morning, 6:30 in the morning. He ain't playing no games. Bro, he's trying to go out there today at 11. What's going on? And the guy didn't respond until 10:30. First of all, that's bad business. I told you 11. You're just not responding? Okay, cool. Then when he does get on the phone, he tells me, hey, bro, love to get your guy out there. Let's try to put this deal together. However, I have a couple of other buyers that have already been going out there and did a walkthrough. Bro, you sent me the property 2 days ago and you said you had no one lined up. I understand things change, but communication is key. If you cannot communicate, then we don't need to be doing business, because now I have my guy fully invested. He wants to move forward. He at least wants to try to make an offer depending on the condition of the property. And now you're playing games and you're saying that you already had other people walk through, you're negotiating, and you might see what happens with one of those deals. Why didn't you tell me that the first time I texted you? We could have avoided all this, you know what I mean? Don't get people involved if you're still working on something else. Now, of course, like I said, anything can happen. You send out an email blast and boom, 10 people respond. That's cool. But when you try to get other people involved, you don't know their relationships with their guys. Now, this buyer of mine, okay, cool, he'll wait or whatever, he's patient. But say if he got mad and he's pissed off at me now because I told him about our property that he can't go see or he can't make an offer on, I will look bad. The other wholesaler has nothing to do with it because he doesn't know the buyer. You know what I mean? I look bad, which means you could end up looking bad if you're put in a similar situation. But like I said, nothing bad happened, so I didn't miss out or anything yet. But once you have that paperwork, even if you do have that paperwork, they can still sell the property to someone else. They don't have to do a JV with you. So keep that in mind too. Just because you have a contract does not mean that they have to go with you or your guy. With that being said, also make sure that you value and you consider everyone else's time. You don't want your buyers pissed because you wasted their time because he wants to be an asshole and sell it to someone else for offering more money. Which brings me to another point. Stop being greedy on these deals. So often, I've seen it time and time again. People will get a property under contract. They'll send it out to however many people. People will start to respond. And okay, cool, man. I like what your buyer is offering. This makes sense. Let's get a contract together. And then a day passes, 2 days, 3 days, and you're like, yo, what's going on? They're still shopping the property out to other people because they know what your buyers want to offer. They're fine with that offer, but they're wanting to see if they can get more. Oh, he offered 89. Shit, let me see if I can get 91, 92, 95, or 89.5. People are that damn greedy. They want every single penny they can get. I understand we're in this game to make money. At the same time, relationships are going to take you way further than one big deal will. If you can continue good relationships, you can get that check over and over again. If you screw me out of one deal, that might be the only deal you ever get. So be cautious of the relationships you build and make sure that you respect everyone's time and opinion and don't do crazy things like that. It's okay if you get multiple offers and you want to pick the best one out of that group, but do not talk to a buyer, even if it's not the JV deal. Don't talk to a buyer, get their number, and then shop their number around to other people. I mean, people do it all the time in business, but how is that going to help you? And once your buyer finds out that's what you're doing, that's not going to be your buyer anymore. Oh, word, you just shopping my number around, and then when things don't work out, then you come back to me? No, sir. It's not going to happen that way. Now, if you're talking to multiple buyers, say if you're talking to 2 people at once, and you know, party A offered 89, and party B offered 90. Honestly, in my opinion, you should just make a decision and go with that particular person. But sometimes it's okay to be like, look, man, say if you wanted to work with party A, but they offer less, but like, look, man, I would love to do this deal with you, but you know, party B, we did receive a higher offer. I just want to let you know that. I'm not trying to tell you to go higher, but I just want to let you know we're probably going to go this way. You know what I mean? Because they offered a little more. and they're closing faster, whatever the case may be. Then if they wanted to counter and jump in with something else, that's different. But when you go out here and you shopping in on purpose, hey man, I got an offer for 89. Can you beat that? Oh, you can do 90? All right, cool. Hold on. I'll call you right back. Hold on 1 second. Get off. And then you call back party with 90. Hey man, I just got an offer for 95 or some crazy mess like that. Don't do that. You're going to, first of all, get burnt. People are going to find out eventually, and you're going to be the one in the loss because they're going to buy the property if it's that one, or maybe not, or maybe they'll just pass over it. But your relationship is going to be burnt, tarnished, and so is your reputation. People are going to look at you funny moving forward because you are not doing business in a trustworthy way. Keep that in mind. Your name is all you have in this business. Sum everything up real quick. Is doing a JV a good or a bad idea? To me, I think they're a great idea, especially if you're just getting started in the game. They're free. You don't need money to market towards anything. All the posts you can make are free as well, so you don't have to waste any money there either. You're not spending marketing money. You're strictly looking for people who already have contracts, if you're party B, that is, and you're trying to make the deal work. First, have your buyers lined up. Second, make sure that you do have a solid JV agreement in place. Just don't go out here trying to sell somebody's property without a contract. That's considered brokering a deal, and you can get in trouble for that. I'm just warning you. Don't do that. And then third, you want to make sure that you hustle hard once you do get that contract. You want to send it out to as many buyers as you can, or do what you can to find the buyer so you can get the deal closed. So yes, it does make sense to me. It can be bad if people are daisy chaining your deal, or if you're working with dishonest people, which there are a lot of, or if you're just out here and you're party A and you have no idea what you're doing, you're just sending your property out to anyone. You might send it to the wrong party B. Party B, Cardi B. They find your property and they turn around and they just do whatever they want with it, or they contact the seller directly because you send out the contract, or you send out the property to everyone without doing your due diligence first on who you're sending it to. There are savages out here. Be careful, be mindful. All in all, guys, I would say do JV deals, especially if you're first getting started in the game. I want you to get your deal as fast as possible with the least amount of money, and JVs would definitely get you there pretty fast. Remember, jump in all the groups you can. Any type of social media platform, jump on there. You can look up Instagram, do keyword searches for like properties, and then put in your area. TikTok is going crazy. Type in wholesaling or type in your area, property for sale, something like that. You can find properties on there too. All you have to do is the legwork. Everything else is going to come to you. All you got to do is believe in yourself and make the magic happen. I think that pretty much wraps up everything. I'm going over my list and I can't think of anything else. But as soon as I'm done with this video, watch a million thoughts come to my mind. But if you do have something that I might have missed, or a question that I didn't even think of myself, drop it in the comments below. Let me know and I will do my best to answer it. If I can't, I will find you the answer. But I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I've been here too long in this game to not know the answers at this point. And if I don't, I will feel bad for myself. I don't want to feel bad. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you stay that way. Make sure you work, because the man who does not work shall not eat. It's in the Bible, even if you don't believe it. Until next time, guys, if there's anything I can do for you, make sure you hit me up. You can always send me an email at helpwithwholesaling@gmail.com. You can reach me on Instagram at syn910, SYN910, or you can just leave a comment down here or any other video that I've done. I will respond. I just dropped my phone. But cool, man. Take care. Love, peace, and prosperity, and all the other fun stuff. And until next time, peace. I guess I just said peace. Probably shouldn't have said that again. That's backwards.